So what is public relations? Let us understand how many types of public relations are there, what we are supposed to do to maintain good public relations. That is also necessary to understand. Mm. Now, when we are talking about public relations, we are also, I told you yesterday that public relation is not a new concept as such. It was already there in all societies, communities, and all ages, all countries. Okay. So let me talk about public relations. So if you see the word itself, public relations, it's made up of two words, public and relations. So when we talk about public relations, we are talking about two words, public and relations. So you must know first what is public, and then you must know what is relation. Okay. So when we are talking about public relation in any organization, there are two types of publics. Okay. One is internal public, and another is external public. Okay. What is internal public? First, we need to understand then. Internal public means employees working within the organization. Clear? So internal public means employees working within the organization. And external public means employees working outside the organization. See, everybody employees or public outside the organization. Okay, so this is internal, this is external. I hope this difference between internal and external is clear to you. Okay, so now when we are talking about public relations, so relation needs to be maintained within the organization and outside the organization. Okay. Within or outside. Okay. So public relations means relations which are to be maintained within the organization or outside the organization. Now public relations, I told you internal public means within the organization and external means outside the organization. So relations are to be maintained with the employees within the organization and employees outside or public outside the organization. And therefore, public relations is a planned activity. Planned activity and it's also sustainable activity, means continuous. Okay, so when we talk about public relation, it means you can't maintain public relations within the organization and outside the organization without doing anything in this regard. So in every organization nowadays, we have public relations department. Okay. Which is known as PRD. Okay. Now, and the person who handles this department Officer in charge of the department is known as public relations officers. Is it clear? I hope things are clear to you. Okay. So public relation department and public relation officers are seen nowadays in every business organization. Now I told you public relations is not a new concept. Okay. Why public relations is not a new concept? Because it existed in every age, but by a different name. It existed in every business organization, age, and you can say country. Okay. So it's not a new concept. It existed every time. Okay, I hope you have noted down. So I'm erasing this part. I hope I have explained in a very simple language so it's understandable to you. Now, if you take ancient time when it was not the time of president and prime ministers, rather it's king's kingdom, that time also public relation used to be there. Okay? They used to use public address system. Which were not loudspeaker, okay, but it was trumpeting. Okay, ढोल बजाकर, okay, the king's people used to come to public trumpeting, ढोल बजाकर announcement. Now, if you see nowadays public address system is used at every place almost, na? In D-Mart, shopping malls, railways, railway announcement करता है ना, the train is coming, this train is coming, this route cancelled and all, and then wear mask and don't cross the tracks and all. So that public address system is for what? Maintaining the relationship. Okay, public address system is used almost in all big institutes,
hospitals, D-marts, shopping malls, railway stations, and at various other places. Even you see at religious places like Vaishno Devi temple and big temples, public address system is used. So if somebody is missing, a child is missing, an old person is missing, a woman is missing, man is missing, then they announce that so and so person is at this place. Okay, so public address system is used. So that is a way to maintain relationship. Okay, so public address system is no public relations is not a new concept. As I told you, it existed almost at every place. Now you must heard this now, that during COVID, when at various places online facilities were not available, teachers made use of this public address system to even teach students. Do you know this? At many places, this public address system was used by teachers to teach their students during COVID. By maintaining distance, appropriate distance, na? So wherever online facilities were not there or the students were not having electronic devices, teachers used loudspeakers, trumpeting system. They stood at the roof of the government buildings, panchayat ghar, and various places in the village, and from there they tried to reach their students. So that is also a good example of public relation. When we talk about public relations in business, it means, I told you, it's two types, internal as well as external. So internal means within the organization, external means outside the organization. So internal public relation means, now I will not be using public relations, I will be using the word PR. You understand, na? PR which public. Internal PR means between management and employees. Okay. So external PR means between business to business, B2B. So it can be from one business organization to another business organization, means employees of one organization to another organization. Okay. It can be also between B2B, or it can be B2C, business to customer, or it can be business to public, which can be anybody outside the organization besides customer. Okay, so external PR and internal PR, I hope it's clear to you up to some extent. Now let me go to Google Classroom. Okay. So let me show you Gmail. SH190. something.
I'm just, I was muted, you didn't. Okay, I'm just, so relation, new concept as I already told you.
So let us say public relations, as I already told you, it's not new concept. It was there since beginning, even before the First World War. Okay, it was started, and it's used by people from all sectors nowadays, political leaders, business organization, business leaders, and celebrities, sports stars, film stars. Okay, not only sports stars and film stars, but many type of people. You keep their personal relation officer or manager. Barney was the first one to launch, or you can say practice, public relations. Okay, and the first institute of public relations was established in Britain in 1948, while Dartnell's handbook was published in 1956 in USA. Okay. However, it was only in 1961 when it was formally adopted in Venice at the International Code of Conduct for Public Relations. Means, though it was practiced by various organizations in all ages, but it was formally adopted as a code of conduct internationally after 1960 in Venice. Okay. Now, as I told you, public relations is a planned activity. It's deliberate activity. It is sustained effort of an organization. So if you don't want to maintain public relations, fine, but how you will survive? Public relation is necessary for everyone. See, as a human being, individually, also we need to maintain public relations. Relations within the family, outside the family, in society, at workplace, in the neighborhood. है ना? So public relations can't be avoided at all. Public relations is deliberate, planned, and sustained effort of an organization. Is it clear? So everybody need to maintain public relations. Now it's your choice how you maintain public relations at individual level, interpersonal level. Public relations is the deliberate, planned, and sustained effort of an organization to establish and maintain mutual understanding between an organization and its publics. Public relations, thus, is not merely the starting point of any business venture, but a constant effort in building and retaining goodwill and credibility. Intangibles that go a long way in forming the perception about an organization. It is much more than mere crisis management, damage control, or just another marketing tool. It forms an important link between the top management and various publics or audiences, both internal and external. PR professionals thus need to be multitasking. Okay. So as I told you, it's deliberate activity. It's a planned activity. And for this, efforts are to be made continuously. Okay. And it establishes and maintains mutual understanding between an organization and its public, which can be internal as well as external. Okay. Public relations thus is not merely the starting point of any business venture, but a constant effort in building and retaining goodwill and credibility. So what is public relations? It's deliberate, planned, and sustained effort. Correct? So public relation is okay. So PR is deliberate, planned, and sustained effort. effort. Is it clear? It helps in image building and it helps in creating goodwill. Goodwill in the market. Okay. It helps in creating goodwill in the market. It also helps in image building. Okay. Of PR. Is it clear? So image building is another function of PR. Okay. So I'm ending the lecture now. Okay. So let me stop recording.